Welcome, everyone, to the Everything Show, episode 884. I am your host, Matrixlord212, and I'm with Connor Farley. What's up, Connor?
Hello.
All right, so in case anybody didn't see my Facebook Live post, I was going to get my author copies of Perfect Wish from the publisher. For those of you who didn't know, I wrote another book, my 12th book, the 4th book in the Tomorrow Song series. So I was saying to myself, well, what if there was a way to get my book faster than the publisher sending it to me? You know? So I says, well, what if I buy my own book from Amazon and see if they're faster than the publisher? Everybody's like, no, that's not going to happen. Of course, the publisher will get you faster. Well, lo and behold, Amazon sent me my own book, and I got it fast. So I was pretty shocked, actually. And Sharon screamed a little bit. I was just like, I can't believe it. I can't believe it that it worked. Like Amazon. I mean, so I'm gonna have a discussion with my publisher because I'm supposed to be getting like about 60 copies free, but first they have to send you the author copy. So, anybody would have got it before me, and that would have really sucked. I would have, I would want to have the first copy of my book. You know what I'm saying? I mean, common sense,
Yeah.
common sense. I mean, but I did want to getting the first copy, so I am happy. And I gotta say, like in person, I can't really. Because of the glare, can't really show it. But I gotta work on lighting one day and figure out how to work this. But it's very stunning. And even the funny thing is, but the hardcover is a little bit bigger, so you get to see with the hardcover the Freedom Tower more and everything. And it's not thin. I mean, it's really not. I mean, some people make fun that some books are more thin. No, not all of them. This is clocking in at over 180. I mean, it's not huge, but it's 185. I mean, maybe more than that. Probably close to like, when you have all these other pages in there and stuff like that. So I'm pretty happy. I'm very ecstatic, and Sharon's very proud of me too. She was like, you started, really working heavy on this book this year, and I basically got it on October 5th, and I was scared about the cover. If you remember, Con, remember the crappy covers we got?
Yeah, you got a lot, didn't you? It was a bit weird.
And mind you, if you go on my channel from like years ago, you'll see me and Sharon on the beach, and I was planning out how I wanted the cover. I've done a podcast or two where we had a whole different set of people on here, that are not here anymore. And it's amazing that should have came out years ago, But you know what? Thank God. It's out. I mean, I love everything about it. I love the spine. I think the spine is awesome. I love the back. I love the front. There's all hidden meanings. You probably, not that anybody will pick up on this, but the villain is the Shadow, and her nickname is Purple. She has purple hair and stuff. And they're infecting the wish. That's what the whole thing is. The wish is colored purple and black. So it's like, they're kind of infecting the main characters, and everybody's striving for their own wish, but like one's granted. And it's just stunning. I'm ecstatic and more motivated than ever to do the next one. I was getting a little bit, I'm going to take a break, but then I was doing it, but then I'm not doing it, but I am doing it. And now more than ever, this is like a springboard for me. And now I also, on every book going forward with this one on, I have Matrixlord212 right next to my face there, listed, so linked. So it's always going to have me as Matrixlord212 because that's what I am. And I'm happy about it. So, again, upwards and onwards. We're going for the next one. Hopefully 2017 or 2. We'll see. And that's it. What do you think? I mean, I can't believe how they got the cover together over time that they worked. Remember?
Yeah.
That stuff was... Oh.
Well, yeah, the cover's a massive improvement.
By far. And of course, it cost me more money. But you know what? I guess it was worth it, right? I mean, thank God. So besides that, that's not the only thing. I also got today the Primeval, and Louis loves this, Primeval Volume 1, which is Season 1 and 2, how would I know that it's 2 seasons? Because when I got this the other day, and the reason why I thought this was Season 2 is because that's what I was up to. It's not even Season 2, it's Season 3, but it's Volume 2, which is whatever. I wouldn't know that. So we're going to be doing a heavy podcast on Primeval starting in January, leading up to the big anniversary in February. So that's going on. So then, besides that, I decided to treat myself a little bit to some merchandising, which you'll probably find is funny, Connor.
Right, okay.
And again, it's not an ego thing. It's just a cornball thing. Because I am corny. My kids tell me that. So I got a Matrixlord212 book.
God damn.
So I could write the next book and look at my face on it. Well, the logo there. I got Matrixlord212 pens, which is really nice. And I got a Matrixlord212 hat. So maybe one day, like all these other YouTubers, I'll be selling my own stuff. Which, or maybe not. We'll see. And I got another mug. So there we go. And you know what? If I want to spend my royalties doing that, oh well. So there we go. And what else did I want to talk about? Yes, that thing I sent you about Star Wars.
I'm really happy about this. Like, I'm a bit of a sucker for really high. I only buy Blu-rays these days, for example. So
right.
to see it.
Well, explain. Everybody don't know what we're talking about. So explain to the newbies.
It appears that Gareth Edwards, who directed Rogue One, has confirmed that there is a version of Star Wars: A New Hope in development, or it's completed. That's in 4K restoration. Of course, everyone that is familiar with camera specs and film specs would know that 4K is pretty much the top of the range at the moment. The only one that's higher is 8K, and the only film that's ever been filmed at that right now is Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2.
Right.
So that's not really broken into the development sort of like camera stage.
This was probably done because of Rogue One. So they figured, let's give them a better version now of Star Wars: New Hope.
Yeah, the issue here is that if they are going to do this one, I hope they do all 3 of the originals. And
I agree.
And what I want them to do is to surprise everyone and not go for those god-awful special edition edited versions.
Yes, please. I mean, we watched the original version the other day where Han shot first. That's what you need. Not this... I don't even want to talk about like what we had. Awful. So, definitely. And I remember going to the movies to see the special edition ones. Because they put that out because they put them out in the theaters. They re-released them in the theaters because there was no other movies. There was no other prequels. So that's all we had. Is newer versions of Star Wars: New Hope, Empire Strikes Back, and Return of the Jedi. And I waited online for like 7-8 hours back then for the special edition. Because that's all we had. And we waited online for that too.
Yeah.
So it's pretty funny. It's pretty funny actually. And then forget it, when the prequels came out, everybody lost their shit. I lost my shit. I wound up going all over. There was like all the cans, the Pepsi cans and the soda cans and all like Pizza Hut and Taco Bell and all these. I think it was all these different food eateries had different toys. and it was like 30 different toys or something. And I went all over Staten Island, drove from one end to the other, looking for every single toy, every single cup, it was ridiculous. And I even filmed it. One of these days I'm going to find that and I'm going to upload it, because those two, there was from camcorder cassettes. It was. So it was crazy. So you got to see me really young looking compared to what I look like now, and going around. And I think Joe was a baby. He was in the car seat. I mean, like, I was getting the toys, and I'm like cooing to him, like, oh, like, you know, like, you know, it's like ridiculous, you know. I remember like we would listen to Duel of the Fates, you know, Phantom Menace, like this. I love that, you know.
Yeah.
And Joe was really into it, hobbling on. He's like, you know, it was great. Like, it was just like, but of course, you know, later on we said, "What's Matrixlord?" and all this other crap. I'm like, oh no, so you know, but oh wow. So we have other news going on today. And again, I really didn't get into the news too much today because I was, you know, it's the last day of work before the Christmas holidays, so you got to get everything done so you can go home at a decent time. But there was a whole bunch of stuff about Alien. I want to send to you, Connor. Maybe we could talk about that. I'm still waiting for the trailer. I have a feeling we're going to get it like by Sunday.
I think it'll come out on Christmas Day. That's when they'll release it.
Right.
You know, it's a Christmas sort of thing.
It's funny. James Franco was like, "Oh, yeah, we're gonna have it Thursday." Yeah, well, it's Friday, so it's not here. All right. So if you want to talk about that, oops, did you get it?
Yeah, I did.
No. All right. So grab that, and then I'm gonna get some other articles for you to read while you're doing that. Okay.
So this seems to be Michael Fassbender's android character, and there's two of him, isn't there?
You want to screen share it?
Yeah, I'm sure there's two of them in the film, so I don't know which one this is precisely. Let's just get this on screen.
I'm going to put it on your face. There we go.
Right.
Leave it up for a little while. Let's take a look at it.
Yeah.
So why is he barefoot?
I have no idea.
I mean, is that like a thing?
This image reminds me of like Westworld for some reason. It seems like that sort of thing, but it's obviously not Westworld. It's Alien.
Right. Okay. Again, is he's going to be the bad guy and the good guy, I guess?
I suppose so. Yeah, but he is two characters, isn't he? He's two androids. So
yeah. So I mean, one with an agenda and one without, I guess. Right?
Yeah. He's really got to redeem himself with this. I think this is his next movie because Assassin's Creed is still getting absolutely massacred.
Well, the thing is, I was really interested in seeing it because, you know, I mean, I like Assassin's Creed games and stuff, but you think it's probably going to bomb more than likely, right?
Yeah, definitely. I've seen reviewers and critics come out straight out and say, "Don't go and see it." Like,
so why are they saying that it's going to get a sequel if it's not going to get a sequel? I mean, they wanted to get a sequel, I guess, right?
Well, it was sort of the same with Terminator Genesis. That was really doing badly, even though I think that's a good film. Right. It was doing quite badly, and then there was all the talk about it getting a sequel anyway, and then it's just stopped, hasn't it? It's not made any sort of development. So,
well, the funny thing is, I don't have the numbers in for. I guess it's we have Thursday numbers, which is really, you know, I know it came out I guess it came out Tuesday, but we got in almost 8 million already. and that's the low days. I mean, the weekend. Let's just, for argument's sake, let's say we'll throw 20 million on there, or even 30 million. That's going to be a failure because the production budget's 125 million. So, I mean, it would have to do, I guess, like 390 or 400 million to be a success. I mean, is that safe to say?
It'll be competing with things like over here. It'll be competing with things like monster trucks, Rogue One for the.
I mean, Rogue One's killing it. Rogue One's not going anywhere.
Yeah, for a significant amount of time. A Monster Calls is coming out on January 1st here.
Yeah. So I mean, this is going to get swallowed.
Yeah, it will do.
Unless it does well overseas. But I mean, again, you're banking. You need it to do well in China, where you get 200-300 million. Then, of course, we'll get a sequel. You know, but again, I don't even know if the foreign markets, if it's going to be opening, is in a situation like, oh no, it's not opening anywhere.
It's open in the UK on January 1st here.
Okay, so it's a little later, I guess.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to wait. So hopefully, it's banking on the overseas market, because I don't think it's going to be a success here.
Well, I'm certainly not going to go and see it. What I've heard about it, it's enough to put me off.
Right. Now, the other movie's Office Christmas Party is already a success. 45 million to make, 73 million, it's still making money. So that's basically done. I mean, well done with that, I guess. Not like super money. Passengers, which has $110 million budget, right now only has 7,300,000. But again, this is from Thursday, so we don't know. I don't think this is going to be a success either.
Well, that also is like 16% on Rotten Tomatoes. Like 60% of critics everywhere like it. That's a huge amount of people that hate it. So it's going to impact on the numbers.
And the animated Sing has in 37,874,000, and it's not the weekend yet. So it has a budget of 75 million. I think that's going to be a success. And it's not, it's not even like nobody's really talking about it, but it's doing well.
I saw the trailer for that in the cinema today.
Pretty funny, right?
It looked quite funny. Yeah, I would admit.
And Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. Well, actually, let's go with Mona first. Mona, am I saying it right? Moana. Okay, that is almost 300 million. So that's already.
I want to see that. I have a thing about Disney animated films. I do like to watch.
Right. So. A Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. That's at 721 million already. That's worldwide.
That is good.
That's a monster. That's a monster. It's eating like stuff up. Doctor Strange is even do well too. You and I were talking about that the other day. Remember?
Yeah, I want Rogue One to do exceptionally well. I want Fantastic Beasts to continue to make a bit of money, and I want Doctor Strange to do well as well, because I did like Doctor Strange.
Doctor Strange has 654 million already, and again, it's narrowing down. I mean, it's basically making now. It's almost done. Like I was telling you, we got another 2 weeks to go, and it's probably done completely. But it's done its thing, man. It doesn't have nothing to prove anymore. I mean, it made 654. Maybe we'll finish out at 675, maybe.
Is it getting a sequel?
Marvel's being hushed about it because they really don't want to release anything about Phase 4. But again, it's probably going to happen. It's pretty safe to assume it's going to happen, and we're going to get a Doctor Strange 2. They just don't want to take away from the Infinity War right now, because that's the main thing. They're going to be filming in about a couple weeks, and they don't really want anybody talking about Doctor Strange 2 and all these other sequels when they want to focus on Infinity War. So they don't want to lose their opportunity there. And I don't blame them. I mean, we got plenty of time for Doctor Strange 2. Won't come out till at least 2020, at least, or 2021. So, that's probably part of Phase 4. And that's that. What else? Is there anything else a little bit we can talk? We save it for another day.
Ryan Gosling seems to be impressed with Blade Runner 2049. He's impressed with how the film's turned out. That's good news. But as a director, he's questionable himself.
Look at my message.
Lost River comes to mind.
I could not finish that movie. I'm sorry.
I'm not watching.
I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. I tried. I mean, I just couldn't do it.
And it seems Hannibal could return.
I think that's smart. I mean, you don't have to have. You could have a surprise here and there. They can pop out like 10 episodes or 8 episodes, and be like, oh, I didn't even know there was a season. That would be pretty cool.
Mads Mikkelsen is like Benedict. He's stuck to a TV show that's insanely popular, but he's in all the big films as well. They all want him.
Yes.
And he's in it. I love Mads Mikkelsen. He's a great actor.
He is. All right. I guess that's going to be it for this one. Maybe we'll be back with another one. Take care. Bye for now.